what happened, I guess that I was always lamenting because my brother Dilworth had being a professor, he had a teacher exchange to Switzerland. Went there for a year teaching as a professor.
Was a stipend, or not a
right.
stipend, but it was.
Well, he was on the
Fulbright.
Fulbright scholarship. I don't know if it was a scholarship or whatever, but he went there. And also while he was there, he was able to go out, read these papers, and that would pay for the trip to go to different places and see different things. So they were traveling all over Europe during their time there. My brother Joseph, after he had graduated from the University of Utah with his law degree, got a job with Curtin McConkie, and then he got a job for the church as a church lawyer in Germany. So he and his wife were stationed in Germany for, I think, 4 years, something like 3 or 4 years. So they were able to travel all over Europe while they were there. Harold, he was in the Air Force. He had the time. He went over to Europe, traveled a little bit, not as extensively, but it was one summer. I think Errol Burns went with him. They went together and traveled over throughout Europe. My brother Marvin, this is all kind of in connection with their work. Marvin, in connection with his work, didn't go to Europe, but from Arizona, his company sent him up to New England, Madison, Wisconsin, different places, and he was able to go up there and tour around. And I, in connection with my work, I had a big opportunity to go down to Price, Utah for a workshop. So that was my extent to go in connection with work. There was a couple of times we went to Salt Lake, but that was it. Day trips and nothing else. Well, one day I was in this meeting with the district office, and they passed out a paper and said here, and it was on the Fulbright teacher exchange. And I brought it home and plopped it down and mentioned it to Eleanor, and she said, well, why don't you try for it? And I don't know if I get it. Well, if you don't try, you'll never get it.
And if you don't try, don't ever complain anymore about your brothers.
So I filled out the form and sent it off, and this great big lengthy form came back, quite a big one, and you had to get permission from the school district to even go any further to apply whatever. And in the instructions it said that there's a number of places you could apply for. You could go to New Zealand, you could go to Germany, you could go to, I don't know, Spain, Australia, different number of places. We thought, well, that'd be fun to go down to Australia or someplace like that. So I filled out. We didn't fill out where we wanted to go at that time. Turned it into the school board, and the principal said that I should have gone to the school board myself, but I was chicken and sent the principal, sent it with the principal. But he came back and he said, well, they said there's only one place you can go. Oh, where? England. We hadn't even considered England. We said, well, why? Well, you can't go to Germany. Do you speak German? No. And if you go down to Australia or down New Zealand, they will hire you and you'll have to leave halfway through the school year. So you'll lose tenure. You won't have insurance down, from us. And when you come back, you'll be at the end of the line applying just like anybody else. And other places, you'd have to speak that language. But in England, you know the language, and also the school district would pay your salary, not England. And therefore you would keep your insurance, plus you'd keep tenure. So when you came back, you would not be at the end of the line, you'd be right in line. They would you'd have to have a position. So that's why we went to England. And I thought it was very interesting that they had maybe I better say um, we applied, and there was got a letter that said I had to be interviewed uh, by a member of the school district in, I think it's Jordan School District. So I went out there and I asked the man, the assistant superintendent, how big of an area that his area represented. And he said, well, all of Utah, I think all of Idaho, all of Wyoming, a little bit of Colorado, a little bit of Arizona, New Mexico. That was a large area. And I said, well, how many teachers can you send on this teacher exchange? I think he said 3. And so I thought, oh, my chances just went down the drain to go on this teacher exchange. Then I asked the fatal question, how many do you have coming in for interviews? 4. I think that's what it was, something like that. Oh, right then I knew we were going to England whether I wanted to or not. And I felt that way that I'm sure if I had really not wanted to, we could have stopped the process anywhere along the line, but we didn't.